Hello? Beep, 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 beep. Welcome to the Court of the Edijester. How are we, everybody? Right, here we go. Become a warrior teacher. Stonewall, right? Come and be a warrior teacher. Stonewall. Stonewall was set up to fight against various things, including Section 28 and all the stuff that was going on at the time, which most people don't understand. Most people don't understand Section 28. It's never used, you know. Never meant to be used. So Section 28 and all that type of stuff, they set all this up, right? Here we go. Simon Fanshawe, all the folks that were involved, particularly Simon today, because he's now the rector of Edinburgh University, isn't he? Is it Edinburgh? I don't know. Go Simon! Bloody have 'em, mate. Have 'em, right? He's written in the Daily Mail. Because can you imagine the disappointment of what's happened to Stonewall? And that's what Simon has written about today. So let's have a listen to what he's got to say. Stonewalled by the aggressive new leader of gay rights group I helped launch. And now Simon, I'm sure, would agree with me to say that they've got nothing to do with gay rights whatsoever now. Simon Fanshawe is a high-profile campaigner for equality, but was cancelled by Pressure Group over its divisive stance on trans rights. The email from someone I had always considered an ally in the fight for equality. This is an email he received. By expressing your views, you have put yourself outside Stonewall. The terse message read when it landed in my inbox 2 years ago. Its Orwellian tone might make you wonder what views I could possibly have exhibited that would have set me at such odds with the organisation I proudly helped to form 3 decades earlier, to campaign for the rights of gay men and lesbians in a society that cruelly discriminated against them. They must surely have been hateful and inflammatory. Not a bit of it. I simply expressed the opinion that proposed changes to the Gender Recognition Act, for which Stonewall was campaigning, meaning people could legally self-identify as whatever sex they choose regardless of their biology, had serious implications for the rights of women. That's what sparked the email from Stonewall to Simon. These anxieties are shared by many people from all walks of life. And in a country in which free speech is a cornerstone, we have a right to air them, providing we do so respectfully. Right, on that point, Simon, I'm going to disagree with you. And it's really apt, actually, because I had my first session of year 2 with some of the warrior teachers last night, in which there is a particular video that we view and then discuss from Camille Paglia, who bemoans the nicey middle class nature of some of this. We have a right to air them, provided we do so respectfully. I disagree with you, Simon. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be disrespectful. It shouldn't be respectful. It should be disrespectful. All that we can all expect is to get tolerance. That's it. That's all you get. And personally, I want to bark at them. Let's put them in an arena where we can bark at them, right, and have them quivering in the bloody corner, like we should do. So this respectfully business, we have to watch this, Simon. I'm sorry, but there's a conversation that needs to be had around that. I don't want to be respectful to these damn people. I want them in jail. So, no, they get tolerance. That's all they bloody get. This is the problem when we start talking about equality. This is the problem with EDI, when we have to be respectful. We don't have to be respectful at all. You can hate who you like. Right, now, if you in the workplace, you don't want to cause any trouble, but outside the workplace, if you think somebody's an arsehole, you can tell them. Right? And then the workplace, they're going to the workplace and go, he called me an arsehole in the pub. And the workplace should say, so what? Get on with your damn job. Be professional. Respect has got nothing to do with this. We need to get this respect idea out of our bloody language. It's caused half the problem. So you and I have a fundamental disagreement on that, Simon. So what he's then saying is, yet not according to Stonewall, an organisation which on its masthead claims to want to create a world in which everyone is free to be, but in reality has become single-mindedly focused on a particular and by no means universally accepted approach to trans rights. Trans rights? I don't even know what that is. Right, okay. Free to be, only if you agree with Stonewall. Great line, Simon. This new reality, watched with mounting alarm over the past few years by many gay and trans people, was dramatically underlined yesterday by the news that the Minister Liz Truss is pushing for all government departments to pull out of Stonewall's Diversity Champion scheme, whose members pay the charity a fee of at least £2,500 a year to vet their internal policies on LGBT issues. Yeah, they need to get out. So I'm really intrigued, because this is from May 2021, right? So I'm really interested. I'm going to tag Simon in. Sorry, Si. I want to know, Simon, because I'm interested by this. Has anything changed for you after this? Would you still write this article in the same way that you have in 2024? Right? Because I don't think these people should be treated with respect. I think the police should be knocking on their door and breaking it in at 6:30 in the morning so that they are arrested on charges of conspiracy to cause harm, GBH, to children, and that they should be locked up after they've had due process, which should be obviously very, very important process, the due process. You ask them the question, have you harmed children? They respond no. You show them the evidence that they have, and you put them in jail. Right? So Simon, I'm asking you, because this is off the back of a series of tweets by Dennis, right? Our Dennis of the Kavanagh. So our Dennis has done a series of tweets. All the links are in the Dubris for you to look at, right? And I'm really intrigued because Dennis has included this particular article as one of the resources of his very, very good tweet thread. Let me just give you a bit of an example of that as well, right? So Dennis's very, very good tweet thread in which Dennis is saying to Ruth Hunt, who ran Stonewall, if Ruth Hunt were on the right side of history, she would have no need to rewrite it. Which is brilliant because she's come out and said, oh, well, I chose him. It wasn't me. I trusted the expert. You disingenuous. You sat there in the House of the Lords, you know, like the spider at the heart of gender identity ideology and gay conversion therapy you are. Get yourself gone, woman. Resign from the Lords, because we're going to get you out either way, all right? But rewrite she has attempted in the Times yesterday. Her position as a legislator is now untenable, and she must leave the Lords for her part in the medical scandal of a generation. This is Dennis, our Dennis of the Kavanagh, saying, you're done, woman. Get out, right? Hunt is now engaged in an audacious gaslighting, claiming to have never endorsed no debate. She knows this to be a claim unburdened by the available evidence, which demonstrates the opposite is true. Yet here it is in black and white. The level of mendacity, the utter duplicity has no place in public life and no place in the second chamber. It is galling, audacious and insulting. Stonewall became the greatest enemy of gay rights, and it transformed into a vicious attack dog for gender ideology under Hunt. For Hunt to claim otherwise is duplicity of the highest order. The evidence is manifest and plenty. Damn right, the evidence, right? So I'm intrigued. First off, Simon, would you write it differently now? Would you write it differently? Because it's the shouting, the screaming, the kicking that has raised the level of this to the point where people are starting to take notice. It's the anger and the fury and the rage has raised this. This idea of a respectful thing called EDI and die is not possible. It needs to end. We repeal the GRA Act, we amend the Equality Act. In fact, we need a whole new act, to be fair. It's not compatible with British values, as was demonstrated quite well by, wasn't Priti Patel, it was the other one. Forget her name. No, it's gone, see? This is what happens when you get older. Just get on with it. Let's get on with it and get it over and done with. We need to get it out of schools. We need to get it out of everywhere. There is no compromise with the EDI, DEI, absolute fanatics from the hard left. There is no saving the left ground, okay? We need to get our head around that. We're going to go back to meritocracy, the best person for the job, and we're going to stop nitpicking fluff out of our collective cultural bloody belly button in order to say, well, this percentage of people needs to be this. Yeah, you can get in the bin. Get in the bin. Let's get back to making some damn money and running organisations properly and get these gender out of grievance gerbil out the back door, whether it be because of gender or whether it be because of race. Go on. Go and read the article. Go and read Dennis's tweets. I'd like to know if Simon would write the same article. I think it would be interesting to find out. I'll see you later. Go and have fun. Bit sparkly in the old, universals. I'll see you later, peeps. Have a good day. Bye.